Hey guys, so we are back again with another reading. This one is going to be, what will your next relationship be like? So we're going to pick up on their vibe, on your vibe when you two are together, on how they treat you, on whatever spirit has to say about them, their personality, etc., their appearance. So yeah, what is your next relationship going to be like? And then today we have crystals again. I am waiting for the food shipments to arrive, but I'm kind of really liking the crystals anyway lately in the traditional tarot spread. I think it's kind of cool to tap into the energy, and the crystals are so pretty. So we are going to do those again today. And of course, we're starting from number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So this first one is green calcite, and I'll show you up close so you can tune in. So you can see it's super pretty. It's green. If you like green like me, that might be the one that calls to you. Go with whatever you are energetically drawn to. Number 2 is apatite. So again, really pretty. I love the colors. Number 4 is brown calcite. Super pretty in the light. I love the raw crystals. And then finally, of course, we have to do rose quartz for a love reading. So this one might also be calling your name, but I always say make sure to go with the one that you really feel energetically drawn to, not necessarily your favorite crystal or color or anything like that. So hopefully one is already calling your name, in which case definitely go straight to that card pile. If you need more time, feel free to rewind, pause, or just rewind to the beginning and mute my beautiful voice. I know it's hard to do, but you can do it. And anyway, let's go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey pile 1, so if you guys picked this green calcite, this is going to be your reading. I love this color. It's one of my favorite colors, period. And this stone is so great at getting rid of old blockages and kind of changing dysfunctional patterns in your life, welcoming in new karma, new things. So it's a great stone for a love reading. Let's get right into it, guys. So these I pre-pulled. I'm gonna live pull some other cards, but we got give your relationship a chance. Honeymoon, make the effort. We got this could be the one reversed, and heart-to-heart conversations. So I really feel like for some of you guys, this may be someone coming back from your past. To be honest, maybe some of you guys don't want to hear that. So if it's not resonating and you're like, never would I get back together with them, then it definitely could be someone new. But I do feel like maybe some of you guys have like closed off the idea of being with this person, like, or just being with someone in general. Like maybe you are dating, but you know, you're not really fully open, and you're kind of like not really that trusting and stuff. And I feel like this may be, you know, someone that like breaks down those walls, or it may be a process where you're like, maybe I need to open up a little. So other cards we got, the Hanged Man. We got the 5 of Swords reversed, the Page of Wands, the 10 of Swords, the 6 of Cups, the 8 of Cups reversed, and the 5 of Pentacles reversed. So yeah, I feel like for some of you guys, so this is going, I'm kind of getting like there are 2 groups in this reading. So I feel like for some of you guys, this may be someone from your past that you were romantically involved with coming back, and it could be someone that like was lying to you or deceptive, or they were dishonest or shady, and then it could be a situation where like they've changed, they've reassessed, and they really realized how much they missed you and how much they screwed it up, and now this is them wanting to return and come back and like make amends. Like it's almost like they left and now they're headed back to you. For others of you, it could just be a situation where you're kind of expecting someone who lies, or you are, you know, very closed off to dating, and this is about you getting a new perspective on things. This is about you being like, okay, you know, I'm sick of the lonely nights. I'm sick of just being on my own, and I need to break down some of these walls or something. So it could be someone who comes in and does that, and just like makes you realize that, you know, love is a possibility. You don't have to be closed off, and that it could be, you know, time for you to open your heart a little bit. So let's get some more oracle cards to see what other things Spirit has to say. I do feel like regardless of what happens, this is going to be a process where you're gonna be like changing your expectations. Like it's like you're kind of convinced that these relationships aren't going to work out or something. Okay. And you're going to be like, you know what? Maybe it's time for me to change my mentality. So we also got, look to your inner strength. You are stronger than you realize. You are limitless. You can do anything you choose. Have patience. Love is patient and kind always. And love makes the difference. Love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. So I feel like a major theme in these cards is like, I mean, something where you're having to look past hurts, or you're having to kind of, like, it's not, I'm how do I put this into words? It's not necessarily, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but going to be the easiest relationship where everything just flows super easily and it's really fast. I feel like there's going to be, and it's not to say it's going to be a bad relationship. I just feel like, or like a difficult relationship. I just feel like, again, it's a general, and so I'm getting two groups and I'm trying to put it into words. Some of you guys are going to have to be like, doing your own growth. Like, some of these are, maybe you're too blocked off and you have to change a little bit and open a little bit and grow into like, okay, I can trust again. You know what I mean? And for others, it maybe the person has to grow and they have some unhealthy ways of being in a relationship, and you're going to be in the process of kind of helping them. For me, I don't like that second dynamic, but I feel like that's what's coming through. I would like prefer to be in the first group, I think, where I have to be the one to change, because then you can change yourself. You can't really change anyone else. But I feel like there is going to be like this really important growth that happens through this relationship, where you guys are going to really learn a lot and realize more about yourself and realize more about like love and about this person and about, you know, a lot of things like soul growth kind of vibes. So what other cards can we get for pile one? Can you give us more details? Okay, so we got the Magician and the Mirror. So two cards that have to do with manifestation. We got the Magician and the Mirror, and the Garden and the Gate. Door to Spirit. Okay, so we got a lot of reversals, and this card deck is upright. Any more cards? So we got Financial Constraints, the Thinking Woman. That makes a lot of sense, because I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be doing a lot of thinking about this relationship. It's interesting that the Garden and the Gate was reversed, and then we had the Magician and the Mirror upright. So these cards both have to do with manifestation, and when the Garden and the Gate is reversed, it can show manifestation being blocked. But then we have the Magician and the Mirror being upright. So that says to me that maybe there is this this growth, that's my lisp coming through, this growth process where you guys are realizing that you guys do have this power. I feel like there is this empowerment moment that's going to honestly happen from this, where you guys are realizing stuff. Maybe it's like in the past you tolerated bad behavior and now you're not going to do it anymore. Maybe you guys in the past thought that love always meant trouble and having to have fights or conflict, and now you're like, oh, this is super easy. This is a relationship that's like a honeymoon, which is one of the cards we got. I feel like you guys are both going to teach each other stuff. Confidence reversed. So maybe for some of you guys, you might have not been the most confident. There's this really big theme of spirit coming through in this relationship with psychic abilities and with Door to Spirit. A lot of you guys may, I don't know, work on your psychic abilities through this, or become aware of your psychic abilities. Can we get more guidance as to this relationship? What is pile one's next relationship going to be like? So we got happiness, love that, and career. So yeah, I feel like a lot of this is talking about you guys going through personal self-growth, and you guys learning a lot about yourselves, and you guys, you know, maybe some of you guys are not financially that well off, And it's kind of like you're starting to just come so much into your power is what I'm feeling. Maybe some of you guys aren't even that concerned with love and you're just like, well, I'll just watch the video because, you know, why not? I love to watch pick a card. So that's how I am. I always watch pick a cards even if I'm like, I don't care about this topic at all. I'll just watch it while I'm like doing stuff. And so maybe that's what you guys are doing. Like sometimes I'll watch X ones and I'm like, I don't even care what he's thinking, but I just want to like listen to my favorite readers. So maybe that's the vibe, but it's like, I feel like there's this focus for you guys on personal growth, to be honest. I feel like a lot of you guys, to be honest, are glowing up a lot. And growing up, that kind of was a like a slip of the tongue, but it applies a lot too. Like I feel like you guys are starting to come into your own power so much, and a lot of you guys maybe are realizing that certain situations you tolerated in the past, you're not going to tolerate anymore, and it's kind of like this overall glow up. And I feel like some of you guys, like these relationships that come in, it's almost like, I gotta be honest, some of them might be temporary or may not be super long term for the time being. I'm not saying this is the permanent, but this is like your next this is not your soulmate reading or your husband or your wife. This is your next relationship. And so I feel like this one may be kind of like temporary, but it's like, it teaches you so much, to be honest, that it's like a total net benefit. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like you guys are going to be heartbroken or you guys are going to be beside yourselves or desperate. Can we get more guidance? What is going on in this next relationship? Field of Dreams, movement. What is going on in this next relationship? Slow and steady and ride the wave. So yeah, I feel like a lot of this is talking about like things may happen in these relationships that are kind of like somewhat unpleasant at first, but you guys are glowing up so much from it. You guys are learning from all these relationships that it really doesn't matter. You guys are truly coming into your own power. But let me get more cards as to the actual vibe of this relationship, because we are not doing a career reading. Spirit always talks about whatever Spirit wants to talk about, which we love, but you know, we are trying to stay on topic a little bit. So let's get more guidance as to pile one's next relationship. What is going to happen in their next relationship? What will be the dynamic? Okay, so we got the Death card. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got the Four of Pentacles. We got the Ten of Swords. We got the Seven of Swords. Okay, we got the Queen of Wands. So yeah, I feel like this is, honestly, I feel like some of these relationships may cause you guys a little bit of heartache. I feel like, honestly, if I'm being totally honest, because I hate doing any kind of negative pick of cards, but I feel like, honestly, this next person that you're involved with, they may be like a real smoothie kind of person who's like kind of player vibes or something, and may be not the most honest. But I feel like, again, this is a net positive for you. I don't even feel like you guys are going to be fazed by this. I feel like you guys are just going to be like, oh, whatever. And it may not even be a full relationship, to be honest, because I feel like a lot of you guys are so focused on your bag and on your grind and on glowing up and doing the work that it's almost like you just don't really care that much. Like, you're not sitting at home pining away, you know, crying into a tub of Ben & Jerry's and wishing you had a man or a woman. Like, you guys are kind of like, you're liking your life. You're glowed up. You're kind of focus on yourself. You have goals, you have aspirations, and that takes up a lot of your mental space. Like, honestly, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, you guys have other stuff to do is what I'm hearing from the universe. I'm hearing that you guys have like other stuff on your plate that you have to deal with first. And so it's like, this may just be, you know, talking about people that come in and flirt with you, people that come in and are kind of, you know, like putting on the charm, but it doesn't actually turn into a full-on relationship. A full-on relationship may be a little bit out of the way, like, you know, a couple months away or a few months or a year away. But I'm not saying it's like a permanent situation. I'm just saying for right now, I feel like you guys are focused on yourselves. And for some of you guys who are trying to date, you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. This just may be a confirmation from a spirit that you guys are on the right path financially, because I feel like that's something that they keep bringing up, is that you guys are like rewiring your financial wiring. That's what I keep seeing, is like, you know, an electrician like coming into a house and taking apart like the electrical wires and being like, no, that was wired wrong. Okay, it goes up there and then it goes there, and, you know, fixing it all. Like if you've ever had to or learned about kind of like taking care of or renovating an old house, a lot of times it's super expensive just because they have to take care of old wiring, which I guess was done badly back in the day. I don't really know, but like they have to rip it out, they have to redo it, because the safety stuff they have nowadays is like way more intense, way safer. So some of the stuff they did back in the day, it just doesn't cut it anymore. And I feel like some of you guys are just focused on doing that like with your brain. Like I'm seeing someone doing that in their brain, where maybe you guys learned unhealthy relationship patterns, unhealthy financial patterns. You know, sometimes when we grow up in a family of lack, where it's always like, no, you can't order that off the menu, we can't afford that, you have to get the cheapest option, or, you know, like, what do you think, money grows on trees and stuff like that, where we can take that on and, you know, take on this idea that like, well, I don't deserve a lot of money, or, you know, sometimes parents will say stuff like, well, like, who do you think you are? Do you think you're a queen? No, you can't get that. And they don't mean anything by it, but it goes into our head of like, well, I shouldn't be greedy and want material items, or I shouldn't be greedy and try to have the best thing that I want. I should just settle for whatever I get given, you know? And then that transcends into the rest of our lives. And when it comes time to start manifesting money, we have this scarcity mentality of like, there's not enough, I don't deserve it, I should give it to someone else. So I feel like for some of you guys are doing this major soul work that is like taking precedence. Like it's kind of like, you know, when you're focused on a history class that's like so important and it's like a huge part of your college major or something, you know what I mean? And that's like your whole major and everything is basically riding on that. You're not going to pay attention as much to gym. You're not going to be losing sleep over gym class. You're not going to be like, oh my God, but I have gym, let me put that first. So it's kind of like this, I feel like, needs to be fixed first. And then I feel like once this is fixed, you guys can start manifesting this ideal soulmate. Because the thing is every time we level up in like every way, we expose ourselves to more leveled up people, you know what I mean? So if you level up financially, you're going to be around other people who have leveled up financially. Or if you level up mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you're going to kind of have a higher caliber of people that just kind of come around you. And I don't mean that like in a snobby way. I just mean, you know, you're going to go around people that have also worked through their traumas, or also people who have figured out, you know, a positive way to live life and, you know, are in like a great mentality, that kind of a thing. And so I feel like for you guys are coming into your own. And once you guys figured that out, it's like the kind of person you're exposed to date is going to be so much higher. So it's kind of like right now, it's like, no, just chill. Like we're kind of in the middle of the road trip. So it's not time to get out and like run in and start going to the amusement park, because we're in the middle of like a field in Kansas and we're not at the amusement park yet. You know what I mean? We're halfway through the journey, so we're not at the destination. And I feel like you guys are gonna like the destination and you're gonna be so glad you went on the trip, but you're just gonna have to pause for a moment because we're still stuck in the car ride and we're not there yet, you know? So let me get some more cards as well. What is their next relationship going to be like? Okay. I'm not going to do those. What is their next relationship going to be like? Fog veiled. Wow. And I actually misread that at first as fog lifted. And I feel like that is what it is going to be. Like a fog has been lifted. Oh my God. I knew you were going to get this card. I literally had a vision of that because this is, I feel like, so strongly the energy that is happening. You guys are emerging. You guys are coming into your own. And I love her picture on here. She's so beautiful and she looks like such a goddess. So I feel like this is going to be you guys like coming into your power. I mean, look at her. She does not look like someone you would mess with, or a woman that would settle for like some lame date with a dude that like rolls up to the fast food place and, you know, doesn't pull out the door. And no, you know, she's demanding the best. So I feel like for you guys are coming into your, I feel like you guys are so much more wiser and more powerful. Like, I'm also thinking of this lady, like just her appearance, the Queen of Wands on here. You know, she is like fiery and she goes for exactly what she wants. But I also feel like on this deck, she just looks so bored in such like a powerful way. She looks like such a queen who's like, I'm done with you guys. Like, I've seen it all. I'm bored. I've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt, and I'm not amused. Like, I feel like I'm almost getting like jaded energy, but in a really positive way. Because I feel like in the past, some of you guys may have fallen for, you know, shady behavior or people who are kind of not what they say they are. And it's kind of like you guys are just so focused on yourself that you're kind of you're not falling for the BS, the guys that put on the charm or whatever. I feel like stone people vigilance, this one was reversed. And I feel like it's almost like you guys have been really vigilant and you're going to continue to be vigilant, but then when you meet the right person, you're going to know. But I don't feel like that's going to happen right away. I don't know if that's going to happen like in terms of, you know, the word next, meaning very, very soon and happening right around the corner. I don't know if that's going to be the case, that it happens like right away. I feel like that's something that may happen when it's time for you guys to meet your soulmate. Because again, I also feel like you guys are really psychic and you're not going to tolerate like bad behavior. Like, you're going to know kind of when it's your soulmate and when it's just some trifling person. So wait, that's too many. Let me put that back. I didn't even read it. Messages for pile 1 about their next relationship, spirit. What message do you have for pile 1? Wow, that's so strong. Wait, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. And then embrace. Through each other, you can find the missing pieces. Any final messages for pile 1 on this deck? This deck is so hard to shuffle. It's like the biggest cards. But I feel like weight sums it up perfectly. Wow, I love these ones. Okay, so these are the final ones that flew out. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer and do what feels right, and power. You instinctively know what is right for you, and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. So this is all about you guys coming into your power and really, I feel like, again, this is like Empress energy that I'm getting, to be honest. And it's like you guys are building into that place. And so it's kind of like how a princess or a future queen doesn't have, like, she's not allowed to go on dates and like hang out with people and just, you know, just run around the castle with boys. Like, no, she's like monitored and she's watched, and she's probably going to classes and lessons and meeting diplomats or whatever, because it's like, this is an important task and she's so powerful and so strong that we're not going to let her like just run off with like a peasant boy or just with some random other prince that doesn't have serious intentions. Like, it has to be a serious thing. And I feel like that's the power you guys have. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. So again, a lot of you guys I'm getting are already pretty psychic, and it's kind of like, I feel like you guys are going to know when you meet that potential soulmate, long-term person, you're going to have that inkling of like, oh, this, no, I know you, I already met you on the astral realm. So it's like, why waste your time in the meantime with people that you just know aren't really the real deal, you know, aren't really serious, aren't really it for you? Like, you know, why not hold out for the real thing? Oh wow, and I just looked at my clock just now and I swear it is 2:22. So that is so crazy. I guess confirmation for you guys that, yeah, you guys do know what's going on. And 2 is the number of union and like romance when you look at tarot and stuff. So yeah, I feel like it's a, confirmation for you. Maybe that is a message from your soulmate being like, yeah, don't date anyone else in the meantime. Not saying you guys shouldn't put yourselves out there if that's what you want to do, but I just feel like for some of you guys, you have bigger fish to fry. You know what I mean? You guys are dealing with such a powerful change in your whole energy field that it's like that's taking up your energy, and you probably don't want to go on some stupid date where the conversation's weird and the person, like, I don't know, drinks too much and then, makes an awkward pass at you, and then, like, I don't know, the waiter's like looking at you guys like you're weird, and it's just like you just want to avoid that. You're kind of over it. You're like, why would I waste my time when I already spend so much energy shifting my thinking and leveling up? And I feel like Spirit is just confirming that if that's how you're feeling, like, go with it. Don't feel like, because sometimes I think, there is a lot of pressure, especially like on young women and young men to a certain extent as well, where it's like, oh, you're not dating? Oh, wow. Well, you should put yourself out there. Well, it never hurts to go on a date. You should just go on a date and see what happens. Well, like, I know when I was younger, I used to say to myself, like, there's no such thing as a bad date. And I would always go out on these dates, even if I wasn't into the person, because I was like, well, I'm just gonna go and I should put myself out there and you never know. And that's what, like, my friends would tell me, so I went with it. And now I'm like, there were so many bad dates. Like, I mean, it wasn't like I had anything super, like, awful happen, but I definitely sat through some, like, lame conversations and had to pretend to be interested, and, like, you're like asking the waiter if they can bring over like 2 extra drinks so you can down them both. Like, you're like, oh my God, get me out of here. Because you just know in your heart, especially if you're intuitive, like, this is not it. This is not the real thing. And it's just a waste of your time, So I feel like I would listen and people would tell me like, well, you're too closed off, or, well, and it was like, I mean, you just can't manufacture that special feeling when you really are into someone, and a date isn't necessarily going to change that for you. Like, I'm the kind of person who already knows before I go in. I already know when I meet someone if it's going to be like soulmate vibes. Like, I've always had that love at first sight thing happen to me. I don't know if everyone else is that way, but I've never like suddenly found out that I had a crush on someone 6 months in. I've heard of people having that happen, but I don't really get it, because I'm like, unless like Zac Efron steps out of like a mask that he was wearing, like I'm already aware of what the person looks like. I'm already either attracted or not. So I think sometimes people, they pressure like people into, you have to date, you should be dating. Why aren't you dating? You should do online dating. And it's like, you sometimes know that it's just not for you. So don't feel like you have to be pressured. I feel like here with the 7 of Swords, the way she's sitting so regally at this table and just kind of, again, she looks like the queen, but she also looks super bored. Like, it's like, that's kind of the energy you guys are going into, but I think that it's temporary. And I think that, yeah, so if you guys go on dates in your next relationship, I feel like it might be a situation where you guys are just not in serious relationships, and maybe you're dating and stuff for at least just the time being. Again, not saying this is permanent at all. And then, it's like you're just kind of biding your time and working on other stuff, and the relationship sector isn't super activated right now in your chart. And I feel like that will definitely change and not be permanent, because the planets, they go around all the 12 sectors of astrology. So there are times when just nothing's happening in a certain sector, but it's going to have activation later on. So I feel like you guys, if for those of you guys who were really wanting a relationship, if this is not resonating, feel free to repick or go back and see if, one of the other crystals is calling to you, or maybe, this is just a short pause. Like I said, it's not necessarily permanent, but only take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't let anything get to you if it doesn't apply to you. But for me, I would be really happy with this, because I just feel like this is overall glowing up. This is you guys, I feel like it's kind of like how when you're in school, like, it's difficult, but then when you get out of school, you get access to way more jobs, you get access to a way higher salary, and you have to go through school to like get to that point. And it's kind of like you guys are working on yourselves so much, and afterwards you're going to have access to like a way higher caliber of people. And the people are probably going to be like, oh my God, you're so amazing, because you went through all these changes at the time. And you're not going to have any of those like embarrassing relationship pics where you're like, I can't believe I dated that person. So, you know, that's a win-win overall. But yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys. I just asked Spirit if they had anything else to say, and they said wait again. So I guess that's confirmation. They really want you to know that, and that one flew out of that deck. So yeah, they're saying just like chill right now and just enjoy yourself. Maybe read some romance novels and just, you know, that can be your boyfriend for the time being or something like that, you know. And I love this personal empowerment you guys are going through. So this is definitely a happy vibe, even if it's not, you know, saying that your next relationship is going to be, you know, like I said, Zac Efron or someone else that you might have a crush on. But that's okay, because you'll be getting that soulmate, and that's the most important thing. So I really hope that resonated, you guys. Please let me know if it did in the comments. I really love reading your comments, so let me know what you think. Also, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. I post every few days, so if you want to be notified as soon as I post, make sure you're subbed, you guys. And yeah, I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey pile 2, so if you guys picked this blue stone, this is going to be your reading. This is Apatite. It's such an amazing stone for manifestation. So what a great choice when it comes to a love reading. So the first card you guys got is Religious Factor. So this could be someone that you have something spiritually in common with, maybe some of your spiritual beliefs, or if you're from a certain religion. So other cards we got are the Four of Swords, Strength, the Four of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Hangman, and the Lovers, which you love to see during a love reading. So something else that's interesting is that you got the Four of Swords, and actually Apatite as well is good for tapping into like past lives and stuff. And I was thinking like maybe you knew this person in a past life, kind of a vibe. But let me pull some more cards and see what else the cards have to say. But for sure, with the Lovers coming in and the Four of Wands, that would indicate to me that this is more of a serious relationship, to be honest. It could even be, you know, that the next person you date is going to end up being your husband. So we got chemistry, express your love. This could also be someone who's really physically strong, and we got calling in your soulmate. So yeah, I'm not surprised. And I think also calling in says a lot. You know, like I said, Apatite really helps with manifestation. And so I wouldn't be surprised if this is someone you've been trying to manifest, or someone you've been tapping into in the dream space. If you do have psychic abilities, reconciliation as well. It could be someone that you knew in a past lifetime, and this is someone you're coming back together with. What is pile 2's next relationship going to be like? Wow. Okay, so we got unrequited love. These are both reversed. And stay optimistic about your love life, both reversed. So I feel like, first of all, this is going to be a relationship where you really understand the person. I'm feeling like this is someone that you can like laugh with. And I feel like that is going to be a new thing for you guys. Like, it's almost like you guys might have had relationships where there was misunderstanding, or I'm feeling like there were times in your life with friends, relationships, maybe family, where it's like you couldn't say the right thing, or where everything you said was wrong, or where it was like you couldn't, you know, you couldn't say, I just keep getting, you couldn't say the right thing. Everything you said, maybe they would take offense to, or they would be like, oh, I can't believe you would say something like that. Or, you know, it could be something as simple as like, oh, I would love to get, you know, Italian food tonight. And it's like, Italian food? Oh my God, you know I don't like pasta. I can't believe you would say that. You know what I mean? One of those kinds of things where it's almost like in some of your relationships, you felt like you had to walk on eggshells and kind of like try to appease the other people, and it was very difficult for you to kind of be in those relationships, and maybe you didn't even realize the level of tension or the level of like the way you would hold yourself back. It doesn't even have to be that situation where someone is like screaming at us because we suggested Italian, but it, you know, sometimes it's like you make a joke and the person's just like, huh? and they just don't get it, you know, or like you talk to them about something and you're like, I'm so excited, and they're not really paying attention, and you just don't really connect, and you don't feel like free. And I feel like the energy I'm getting is that you guys are going to feel so free with this person. Like I'm seeing someone like taking a breath, like it's like, oh my God, I can relax, you know, like everything's okay, and I don't need to worry that like I'm gonna offend them if I make this little joke about, you know, something stupid. They're not going to be like, well, what did that mean? Well, like, you know what I mean? Sometimes when we have these friendships or relationships, it's not even like it has to be horrible. It's just that like, you know, it's just like a disconnect, and you end up having to like explain yourself, or you're like, no, they wouldn't understand this reference, I'm not going to say it, you know. And I feel like this person, it's just going to be like this beautiful, playful like match where you guys really both understand each other, and you guys have a lot in common is what I'm getting. Like there's a commonality of, I don't know, background or like interest or stuff, where it's like you guys are going to really be off on the same page. And I see that a lot with like soulmates, where, you know, I feel like sense of humor is so distinctive, and so many times like, you know, when you meet someone, it takes a while to kind of establish what their sense of humor is, and for them to start learning yours. And even after you've been friends with someone for a while, like they might be like, oh, I know you'll find that funny, but like I don't really get it, you know. Like I know for me, like I have a particular sense of humor, and there's certain like comedy movies that I've had friends be like, this is so funny, and I watch it and I'm like, it just doesn't appeal to me. But I can watch like America's Funniest Home Videos, and I like can laugh, you know, my tail off. So the thing is like everyone's sense of humor is different, and I just feel like there's something in here with you guys matching up on sense of humor and interest, where you don't have to like fight to, you know, understand each other. It's not like it doesn't take effort. It's just going to be very easy. And again, I see that with soulmates, where sometimes even if they are from different backgrounds, it's like they're the same person, but they just came from different backgrounds, but they still have the same core personality. You know what I mean? So even if they grew up eating totally different things or seeing totally different things around them, they are still going to have so much in common. So I feel like there's so much you guys have in common, and that's coming through right away. So let me get some more cards for pile 2. What is their next relationship going to be like? What is their next relationship going to be like? So we got the 6 of Cups, and we got the 5 of Cups. I think that's supposed to be reversed. We got the 2 of Swords. We got the King of Wands reversed. This is interesting. We got the Knight of Wands reversed. Wow. So something I'm getting with this is that this person that's coming in, they may have used to be a player, but since it's reversed, both of them, right after the other, I feel like this person is like a reformed player. And we also got this card, which in this deck, the 5 of Cups is represented by 2 women fighting over a man. And with it reversed, it's making me think that like maybe this is something that this person did in the past, is like play people off of each other and make people, you know, fight over them and have relationships where they never really defined things. But yeah, and that same dynamic again with the 3 of Swords as a reversal. Yeah, like now this is 2 guys fighting over a girl. So maybe this person is used to people fighting over them, or maybe that could be you as well. But it's almost like I'm hearing that like this is like someone is reformed, someone is changing themselves, and they are leaning into energy of more like one-on-one. Like I'm hearing the Carly Rae Jepsen song Now That I Found You, which is such a good song if you haven't heard it. But yeah, it's just like she just is like screaming, now that I found you. And I feel like it's all about how, you know, you change as a person when you actually meet that final, like the final boss in the video game, but it's like your final soulmate, like your final person to date. And it's like, oh wow, this is so much better than those half-hearted relationships I was having, and it's like suddenly that lifestyle just loses the appeal. It's like, oh, why was I ever doing that in the first place? Like, even just one conversation with this person is so much better than the most wild experience with someone else. So I feel like this person also may be physically fit, very physically fit, which is something I was meaning to mention, which could explain why they have so much people fighting over them, or they were able to be this kind of Casanova energy where they had a lot of people interested in them. So I feel like when they come to you, they may be in really good physical shape, like working out, and if it's a guy, pretty muscular. Female equivalent, I don't know what that would be, but maybe just, you know, I don't know, whatever the female equivalent to a muscular body is. I guess it's whatever your type is in a woman. But I feel like it's just going to be kind of like very traditionally attractive, I guess, or someone who also, I do feel like whoever this person is, they're going to be involved somehow in like working out a little bit, like at least, even if, you know, again, I know like sometimes like the feminine ideal isn't necessarily super muscular, but it could be a woman that, you know, just keeps herself in shape or just eats healthy or whatever, something like that. But like, I feel like physical body, I'm just getting like very like health level. So I don't know, but yeah, for people asking about a man, I definitely feel like this would be someone who's muscular and spends time at the gym, like working out for sure. I feel like this person definitely had, you know, their experiences like partying, and definitely had their experiences dating around. But I definitely feel like when they meet you, it's kind of like, oh, like this is it just feels so different with you, so much more powerful. In fact, I feel like people may ask like, how did she or he get him or her to settle down? Like, how did she get him to settle down? Like, I thought he was single and dating all over town, and now suddenly he's in a relationship. Like, what the heck? You know, that kind of a thing. Like, people may be talking about it and asking, like, what happened? Like, what did she do to him? Oh my God, like joking about that, you know, because I feel like it's just so unexpected for this person to be settling down. Can we get more guidance as to the relationship? What is going to happen for the relationship for pile 2 in the next relationship? What is going to happen in the next relationship for pile 2? Yeah, so a lot of emphasis on strength, physical strength, like I was saying. So I'm not surprised we got strength, willpower. I feel like, again, there's something about, yeah, I don't know, it could be you, but about working out. I just keep getting that. Like someone physically, I don't know, physically working or like being in strong health. But I feel like this person has a lot of natural energy. They might be an Aries, Sag, or a Leo, or they could be like a Capricorn or something. But I feel like this person is very strong, like just strong overall, but also physically. Like they are in good health. They are like robust, energetic. You know what I mean? Like they always they're not afraid of a challenge. They have a lot of natural energy that people pick up on. And that might be why people pick up on them as being so attractive, and they're able to get a lot of people. But when they meet you, we have these fire signs, the King of Wands being reversed. So we see them moving out of that energy of like, I feel like they were a little bit of a playboy or a playgirl, and now it's kind of like they're calming down and they're coming into kind of like, okay, I can relax, it's time to chill. Maybe they were also very high energy, and there's something about you that kind of grounds them and kind of makes them like feel like, oh, I can chill. I don't need to like be going a million miles an hour all the time. Can we get more guidance as to what's going to happen for pile 2 in their next relationship? So we got clarity, we got peace, friendship reversed. I'm hearing I don't want to just be a friend. So maybe you guys will try to like tell them that you want to be friends or something, and then this person will be like, absolutely not. Like we don't have that kind of relationship. Okay, we're gonna be more than friends. Like no, which is kind of sweet. But I feel like, yeah, this person, it's like they I feel like you to them are like a breath of fresh air, where they didn't expect to meet someone like you. And then when they meet you, they're kind of like, huh, like I didn't know I could feel this way. I didn't know I could want a relationship. And I didn't know that like that it would feel so good. And I didn't know that, you know, that like they're suddenly going to feel like their load is lightened, or like they don't need to be, like I said, going a million miles an hour or working so hard or going out all around town and schmoozing and kind of hitting on people. It's like, oh, this is actually way more relaxing. Like maybe in the past they would have thought of the idea of like staying for a night in with your boyfriend or girlfriend as like super boring, like that is so lame. But then they find them doing that with you, and it just completely changes things. Like it's like, oh, I don't want to spend as much time around with my friends just partying and wasting time. I just want to be with this person, because they're like kind of soulmate vibes. Like I feel like this is someone that you may have known in a past life, or someone you were trying to manifest. And I'm just getting like really calmness. Like it's like this person is calm for the first time in a really long time. Can we get more guidance as to what is going to happen for pile 2 in their next relationship? I'm such a messy shuffler, guys. I get so many comments all the time about like, you're such a messy shuffler. And I'm like, I know. So we got broken heart, indecision, victory, second chakra archangel Ariel. Need more guidance as to what will happen for pile 2 in their next relationship. So we got angel of balance. Okay, so with victory coming in and walking away, I feel like this person is very concerned. Like again, I said, with like winning, with kind of like being strong, being powerful. You know, that's probably why a lot of them are going to spend a lot of time in the gym and maybe hitting on people. They may be like competitive, but I honestly feel like the vibe here is very positive. I feel like the vibe here is that they're kind of like, oh, I don't need to fight so hard. I don't need to be so competitive. Even though they normally would be competitive, I feel like with you, you bring out a different side to them. Some of them may have had like a broken heart in the past, or have had conflict. And I also feel like something that's coming up is like at the beginning of the relationship, some of you guys may have some kind of conflicts that you guys have to talk through, because again, I feel like this person honestly hasn't had a lot of long-term deep relationships. I think they probably, you know, had their fair share of people that wanted to be in a relationship, or maybe even slept with people, but it's like they're not necessarily like giving their heart away. They're not necessarily used to having that committed relationship where like they had the relationship talk and it's like, no, we're going to be exclusive, monogamous, committed. I feel like that doesn't happen a lot for this person, because I just think that, you know, they're kind of like a player vibe. So it's not to say that they were sitting around all alone, but they just haven't had that experience in a relationship where you like sit down and talk about how you disagree with something and talk about the mundane things, like, you know, I don't want to visit your relatives on Thanksgiving, I want to visit mine, or, you know, whatever, like just small disagreements. Like, I don't want to listen to that on the radio, but I do, you know, I love that song, you know, stuff like that's small. Like, I feel like this person is not used to kind of talking it out. Like, they are used to kind of having things their way and being very charming, so they can kind of get away with it. But then when they meet you, it's like, oh, I don't mind compromising, and I actually just want to make this person happy, and them being happy makes me happy. And so they kind of move from like more of this selfish energy into thinking about others and being aware of you. And I feel like it's like your energy in particular that brings that out. Like, I feel like you guys aren't the type to, like, you guys actually aren't that combative or that, like, you guys are just really chill. And so it's like the more chill you are, the more they want to be like nice to you, kind of a thing. Yeah, so I feel like a lot of times normally they, like, if someone argues with them, they'd be like, oh, okay, I'm going into fight mode. But you're so chill around them that they just never want to go into fight mode. And they're just really like, oh, this is so easy. And there's this easiness between the two of you. that make things really easy to deal with for both of you. I think I said easiness makes it easy, but it's just, I don't know, easy is the word for it. Like, I just see people like chilling on the couch or just, you know, being on vacation. It's almost like you guys are permanently on vacation mode, you know, permanently relaxed. Like, there's not this tension and stress. It's like, I feel really relaxed doing this reading. I feel like I'm like so relaxed. And so yeah, you guys just have this kind of chill vibe between the two of you. I feel like both of you guys will probably be interested in the same like TV shows or movies, or you guys just both like having a stay-at-home night with like Netflix and chill and some popcorn or something like that, where it's just a really calm, really nice, chill vibe. You know, there is not this tension or anger or, you know, discord that sometimes you see in relationships. Everything just feels relaxed and kind of beautiful, and just like a healthiness to it. Like, not a lot of conflict, just more along the lines of two people who really get along and kind of bring out the best in each other. So let me get some more cards for pile 2. What else can pile 2 expect in their next relationship? Spirit, what can they expect? Ocean, okay. And I was gonna say, I keep seeing like someone like chilling by the beach. So I don't know, some of you guys may feel connected to the beach, or you may want to vacation by the beach or something. But I feel like I keep getting beach vibes. So we got ocean, ebb and flow, fire, passion, volcano, volatility, and meadow, vulnerability. And I think volcano was reversed. So it's like you guys are not gonna be volatile. And that comes across so strong, is like, there's this lack of the kind of tension you see in a lot of relationships where they argue or they fight, but then they make up. Like, I feel like if you guys argue, it will be, you know, hashed out like maturely. It won't be like this crazy tense thing where, you know, words are said that like are way too far, or where people are crossing lines, or where it's, you know, terrifying, or, I mean, obviously that's like way over the top in a relationship if it becomes terrifying, but where, you know, there's like this tension and both of you guys are kind of on edge in the relationship, and where you don't really know, you know, how the person is going to react. Like, that is so at an absence in this relationship. I feel like both of you guys just kind of trust each other, feel very calm with each other, and it just has this super chill vibe. I feel like ocean and meadow are good descriptions for it. I feel like both of you guys might honestly be into nature as well, because I keep seeing like natural scenes. And so some of you guys may like to like go camping or stuff like that. I feel like you guys are just gonna have so much in common, like similar interests, maybe similar friend groups. And there's like, I don't know, there's a respect that this person has for you that I feel like they wouldn't usually have. And I feel like this person, you know, financially, it's like, I feel like this person is in a really good place financially. They're not like really badly off. They're not a situation where like they wouldn't be able to pay for dates or pay for certain things. Like, I feel like this person has some kind of financial stability level. And again, everything just feels very stable. Like, it doesn't feel like there's any red flags or crazy stuff coming up. Can you give me any more guidance, Spirit? Like, what is going on in this relationship? Yeah, I'm hearing that you guys may like to work out together as well. I don't know if you're into that. If you're not, maybe this person can do that to like, you know, maybe they will enjoy like showing you the ropes at the gym, or, you know, teaching you to eat healthy or something like that. I don't know, because I feel like this person working out and being at the gym is like a major, or just being healthy is like a major part of their psychology or something. Or maybe it's yours, so take it how it resonates, but it just keeps popping back up. So I'm just seeing like a guy who's really muscular. And so I don't know who that is in this relationship. Maybe it could be you, or it could be this person. But I feel like this person is just going to really enjoy like showing you into their world. And I feel like a lot of their friends are going to be like, oh my God, you finally brought a girl around, or you finally brought a guy around that you're not dumping. You know, it's kind of like they have seen, you know, honestly, I feel like this person may have played people, you know, or that may be what their friends call it. Like, oh, you played another one, or like, oh my God, you're always playing these guys or you're always playing these girls, kind of a thing. And so then when you come around, it's like, oh, so this person, so you decided to lock it down finally. And they're going to be kind of shocked that this person is not out schmoozing with like a million other people. And that's another thing. I think that they must be pretty physically attractive if they're able to do that so much. And so it's like something with you makes them want to settle down. I feel like, again, because you have this calm vibe to you, and it just makes them feel like home, kind of like, it's like, oh, it just makes me want to kind of sit at home and not be out there like playing around and like dating all these people. So let me get some more cards to find out what can pile 2 expect next in their relationship. What can pile 2 expect next in their relationship? So we got love is all around you. Be willing to express love. I love the text on love is all around you. It says, there is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Express love through gifts and listen with your heart. So I feel like a lot of these cards are just about that feeling of being in a relationship where there's so much love and it's just chill and your heart chakra is open, and you just kind of are feeling super relaxed. And again, we have another ocean scene, but also this person may enjoy giving you gifts and giving you like tokens of their appreciation. So they may, you know, shower you with gifts and stuff. That may be how they dated so many people. I'm not sure, but I definitely feel like this person is a charmer. So maybe that was one of the ways. But it seems to me like when they meet you, it's like you make them, I'm hearing you make me want to be a better man, which I don't know what movies that is from, but I don't know. It's like, did Tom Cruise say that? I don't know. Someone said it. But yeah, I feel like this relationship is like, it's very much an awakening for this person to make them realize that like they do want a relationship and they can be in love and that they are capable of relationships and they don't need to just be in this player energy for the rest of their lives, and that like, oh, it's kind of nice to just have one person that you're dating and one person that you come home to, and I don't actually need to be out at the club or at the bar every night with a million different people and, you know, drinking a lot and doing unsafe behavior. So can we get more guidance for pile 2 as to their next relationship? Oh my God. Okay. All of these just hung out. Okay. Or just flew out. So we got, when you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those you love. New beginning and new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. Close your eyes and tell yourself that you deserve to feel joyful. You can allow joy into your life regardless of the circumstances you currently find yourself in. And then these 3, I think, were the ones that came out in the last deck. So sometimes that happens when there's a lingering energy and it's kind of annoying. So I'm just going to put these away. I generally have a rule not to read the same energy if it comes out twice for 2 decks. So yeah, and I'm resonating a lot more with these. So I keep getting like you guys knew each other in another lifetime, which I think I said at the beginning. And then we did get this card about soulmates. So I really feel like you guys may be from the same soul tribe, because again, I feel like this person and a lot of people are just going to be shocked. It's almost like, wait, but I thought they would never settle down, or they always said they were going to be single for life, or, you know, they always had like a new person on their arm every day. Like, I can't believe that they're actually settling down. There's just this shock everyone has. And I feel like sometimes like people are like, can't figure it out, but it's like because you guys have this deep unspoken connection and you guys may have known each other up on the astral realm. And for this person, I do feel like it's a new beginning. And this is just about you guys having this like blissed out relationship. This one is all about feeling joyful. And I feel like that's such a good description of you guys being together, is that it's just about you guys having this beautiful connection that is like reinvigorating for both of you. And this person won't feel the need to like go out and like get so many numbers and try to be as smooth as they were, because suddenly they see this like future opening with you. It feels very solid and it feels very strong. So I do feel like there's going to be a lot of nights in, and there's going to be a lot of like chill energy and you guys just feeling at home with each other, even if you guys are traveling and stuff. I feel like when you meet this person, you may be a little closed off from them at first, and it may be something where they have to take a minute to like earn your trust, but then when they do, it's going to be, you know, them genuinely changing. It's not going to be them just giving you words of like, no, I'll change, and then they're out, you know, doing the same stuff. I feel like you are really going to reopen this door in their mind of like a new possibility, a new life that they never really expected, and they're going to really love it. I really feel like this is super solid energy that could really lead to marriage. And we did get a card in the original Tarot Rider-Waite deck that pointed to marriage, but I didn't want to like jump the gun and say it, but now I'm like, this makes a lot of sense. This is like mom and dad energy. This is like husband and wife, like that have been married for a while energy. So it seems super solid. So honestly, you guys, this might be like a wedding or a marriage. I don't know if all you guys are ready for that. If you're not, you know, maybe I don't know, maybe you can ask for a spirit to delay things, but this is definitely really solid. So I could definitely see this turning into a long-term relationship. I really don't see why it wouldn't. I'm not getting any kind of crazy energy, other than I think at first you guys may have arguments, but I feel like you guys are going to work through them so easily. And I also feel like this person will kind of do whatever you want. So they're very like sweet to you. It's kind of like they have a soft spot in their heart for you. Like they might be a total jerk with everyone else, but with you, they're like this little baby. They're like, you know, a total pushover, which, you know, love that. So yeah, I feel like this is definitely super solid. So maybe some of you guys, you know, maybe start a wedding Pinterest or something. I don't know. Maybe just mentally prepare yourself that this might be the road that, you know, you guys are heading down, because honestly, it feels so solid. I don't know why people with this energy would ever break up, because this is just so sweet and, like I said, just a beautiful, chill energy. So I think that's all the messages I have for you guys. Is there anything else, Spirit, that you want me to say? I'm just getting like chill and just like wait, and it's going to be awesome. So wow, that is really beautiful. I wasn't expecting to get like I don't know, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I wasn't expecting to get a kind of wedding long-term one like right away. I don't know. I wasn't intending to do like your next spouse. So, but I feel like that's what this is. I guess it makes sense that someone would be having their spouse come into their life soon. But anyway, so I hope it helps, guys. Please let me know if it resonates in the comments. I really love hearing your thoughts, your ideas, and any suggestions you have for any new readings. And make sure as well to turn on those notifications. I post every few days, so if you want to see more videos, make sure those notifications are on so you can find out as soon as I post. And also, I will see you guys in the next reading. I'm sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey Pile 3, so if you guys picked this brown calcite, this is going to be your reading. This stone is all about finding motivation and kind of breaking bad habits, connecting to your higher self, and kind of realizing the things you need to change in this life. So it's a great stone for a romantic reading, and let's get into your cards. We got engagement reverse, and then we got soulmates. So that says to me that your next relationship is going to be meaningful for sure. But let's get into the Rider-Waite Tarot, because I like to start with that. So we got the Knight of Swords, we got Strength, we got the Five of Swords reversed, and the Seven of Swords reversed, the Three of Swords reversed, we got the Eight of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles reversed, Wheel of Fortune, and Ace of Wands. So I feel like this person may be very good with their words. They may be very charming, and this person may kind of reach out to you by like sliding in your DMs or kind of coming up to you and, you know, having a good pickup line or something. But I feel like there is going to be this instant of them coming towards you and like approaching you with like some charm, you know, a good line, something like that. Like I feel like this person is good with their words and they know how to use it. So yeah, I definitely feel like this person is pretty smooth in that sense. I am picking up on a bit of a deceptive energy, to be honest, with these two cards coming out right after the other. Like to me, that definitely says that there may be some aspect of some dishonesty, to be honest. Not sure, you know, I'm not really sure what that is going to mean. So hopefully some of the other cards can kind of talk about it and clarify it. But honestly, a lot of those cards usually talk to the idea that someone might be lying or not telling the truth. I do think sometimes, I actually dated someone who like randomly would lie about stuff, and it was like an insecurity I think they had picked up somewhere, where they would lie about stupid stuff. Like it was like, I don't know, they, for example, told me they never went to the gym when they clearly had like defined muscles, and it's like, oh really? Well, and then like they did go to the gym, so I don't know why, like they thought, I guess, that I was gonna judge them for being like a macho dude or something, when I don't really care. I mean, totally fine however someone wants to behave, but sometimes we pick up these weird insecurities and we lie about stuff that's like inconsequential. So sometimes someone can like be that way in a relationship, and then they kind of learn like, oh, I don't need to lie about this, sometimes I think at the very beginning of a relationship, especially, sometimes guys can be really insecure about like, I'm not good enough, so then they lie, and then it's kind of a cycle of like, then you found out they lied and you're like, why'd you lie about this? And it's definitely not the best vibe for a relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like the biggest lie, like they're cheating and they're stealing and all this stuff, you know what I mean? So keep that in mind. I think sometimes like the stuff people lie about is stupid, and it just, maybe somewhere along the way, like with my ex, maybe, someone they had dated had told them like, it's so stupid that you go to the gym or something. I don't know. I think they just thought that I, being kind of like creative and stuff, wasn't into that, but I couldn't care less how someone, I think it's good to be like physically active. So just because I'm not a physically active, like kind of work, like pumping iron type of person, doesn't necessarily mean that I am like, completely disgusted with someone who is that way. I don't know why someone would think that, but my point is that sometimes people make these weird judgments and, insecurities that come out from them. So there's really no reason for you guys to like, it's definitely something to consider, and definitely I'm not saying like, hey, just blow past that. It definitely might be a red flag, but we'll see what other things the cards have to say, because they do speak about soulmates, although soulmates can sometimes lie and cheat and do all kinds of destructive stuff. Can we get more guidance? I do feel like, okay, we got soulmate again. So yeah, this definitely seems like a soulmate for sure, like confirmation of that. Can we get more guidance as to what's going on for pile? Okay, cards flying out. So we got very soon. Okay, so it's happening soon. Make the effort. True love. So this could be the one. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversations reversed. Codependency reversed, and getting to know each other. So yeah, this person may be codependent or have like a dysfunctional way of relating, and that's why there's dishonesty here. Sometimes when someone grew up in like an unsafe family structure, they feel they have to lie about stuff, or they feel like they can't be honest, I think, yeah. So that's something that, to keep in mind. But I do feel like this is a really intense relationship. Honestly, I'm feeling like you guys, I'm not trying to be too racy, because I have to keep my videos very like PG now, especially with the new YouTube system. But I will say, I think you guys connect between the sheets, we'll say. So I think it's more along the lines of like, there is a very, sometimes you guys might not actually like talk things through as much. It may be that you guys connect physically, you know what I mean? So I think sometimes people that have a hard time, the thing is, you can be really good with your words and really smooth and really charming, but you might not feel comfortable having those really vulnerable conversations. And I feel like that might be the case here, where this person just doesn't feel like safe in a relationship, like pouring their heart out. So they prove how they feel to you in the bedroom. Like, it's like, to them, that is how they show their emotions and their desire, and that is like way easier for them to express than saying those words out loud. You know what I mean? This person may have been hurt in the past or something, and I think they see you as someone who's really powerful. You guys may be at a good place in your career, or you're just, I feel like a lot of you guys also may be kind of down to earth personality wise, like logical, rational kind of person. And they are drawn to that in you, but it also kind of scares them, because they see you as someone who's very like high value, kind of like, hard to get. And so it's like they don't want to screw things up. And I feel like maybe that is where they're lying, or where they're kind of watching over their words and turning on the charm, but like not saying other things they feel. It's because they see you as like this prize and they don't want to lose you. This could be the one. So I feel like this person definitely feels like very serious about you in a way they haven't before, and they're definitely willing to like go further for you than they ever have. But I definitely feel like they may have some unhealthy like ways of relating that they never fully worked out and they never fully adjusted for themselves. But I do think overall this person just is projecting that, you know, they're very attracted to you. They see you as someone who is like a long-term potential. And for them, like, this is like a major kind of, I feel like it's a shift in their mind of like what the possibilities could be. And it's almost like I'm getting that they're going to be on their best behavior. They may even like start hitting the gym, or some of them might already be very physically strong, but I feel like dating you is going to make them even more aware of their body and kind of like, you know, maybe trying to go extra hard at the gym or trying to really make sure they are in tip-top shape, because it's like they are so nervous about how you perceive them. You know what I mean? There's constantly this fear I'm getting of like you leaving, or this terror that you might leave them and or not like them or be disappointed in them. So I feel like that's why some of the ways they act are kind of dysfunctional. Let me get more energy. Let me get more cards, spirits. Yeah, I'm hearing I don't feel good enough for you. So maybe this person will be a little bit afraid that you are going to leave them. You're not going to be disappointed. I feel like they see you as like an angel. They see you as kind of above them. So we got Healer of the Ages, Angel of Love, Door to Romance. It's reversed, but I think it can be read as upright. I think in this context, like, yeah. I think the thinking man, he may be thinking of you a lot. And we got Woman Holding a Coin again. I feel like these are supposed to be upright, honestly, in this pile. That's just resonating for me as upright. So I feel like, yeah, there is this aspect where this person sees you as kind of bougie or just someone who has a lot of options. Like, I feel like you seem, I don't know if this is the energy you guys have come into, but what I'm getting from their spirit guide and like their perception of the situation is that like you won't tolerate fools, like you won't tolerate bad behavior. Like maybe you guys have been feeling yourselves lately and become more empowered and become more in your own power, and now it's like you're not going to tolerate stupidity, or you're not going to tolerate someone not treating you well. You're not going to tolerate like half-hearted effort and like, oh, sorry, I forgot, but oh well, I meant to call you, but you know, too bad. Like, you're not going to tolerate that kind of stuff, and you know your own self-worth, and this person knows it, so they know they have to come correct. But I'm almost feeling like they've never done that before, so they're kind of confused as to how to do it. Like, you know, they're trying, but it's not really something that comes easily to them, and so they're kind of scrambling around trying to figure it out. But they view you as this huge prize. Like, I think this is kind of how they see you, like this angel of love, how she's so radiant and just holding, you know, that could be like his heart that you're holding, like just that, like you hold his heart or her heart in your hands. Like, they just see you as so beautiful and special. If you're a guy watching this, then same thing, like just more of the masculine version. And so it's like they are definitely trying to kind of, I feel like right now this person, I wouldn't say that they're the most conscious, so I don't think they are aware of you on the astral plane right now. But I think this is going to take them by surprise. So I don't think they're in the process of getting ready right now. Sometimes you sense that with soulmates, is that one is in the preparation of meeting the other. Usually that person has to be somewhat psychically inclined or enlightened or like awakened. And sometimes both are getting ready to meet the other, and then both are kind of aware of each other. But I don't feel like this person is aware of you on the astral plane yet. I feel like this person is just living their life and just kind of not really expecting anything. And I actually think you're going to really take them by surprise of like, whoa, what the heck? And it's kind of like they're not going to be ready for you. You know, it's kind of like I'm hearing like you walked in with their pants down, but not in like a not, I don't mean that in any kind of like risque way. I just mean like, you know how like sometimes you're just not ready. Like it's like if you've ever had a test sneak up on you and you're like, oh, it's due Friday or something. And then one of your friends is like, no, it's right now. It's today. You didn't study? And you're like, oh my God. And that's kind of like what this person, I feel like, is feeling. Like, I don't think they are anticipating being super in love or having a soulmate right now. So when you come in, it's kind of like this mad dash to like get their act together in time, especially because they perceive you as having things figured out financially, a little bit at least. And just generally in your life. I feel like if you guys haven't made like money yet, then at least you're kind of organized, you're kind of rational, you kind of have your act together. And I feel like this person, you know, being around you, it makes them want to be a little bit better. But it's like, it's definitely taking effort from them. It's definitely not something that they had time to like anticipate and prepare in advance. So let me get more cards for pile 3. Cards for pile 3. Oh my God. So we got fertility and then family came out right after the other. Wow. So this person may like, okay, why is this person trying to make this into like an X-rated reading? They need to realize the YouTube algorithm. I can't turn it into like something super risque, but I'll try to say what I'm getting. I feel like this person, first of all, is very attracted to you. I always get that energy when someone tries to keep turning it into like an X-rated reading. It's like you can tell that there's a lot of sexual desire there. And we also got the Ace of Wands, which definitely points to that if you know tarot. And so this person also may, you know, want to start a family with you and may even have fantasies of that around the physical act, you know what I mean? Of getting a pregnancy going, you know? So that may be something they kind of dream about, think about, or imagine when they're with you. I definitely feel like this person, like you change the possibilities for them where that may not have been something they thought about before, but then when they meet you, it's like, oh, maybe I want to lock this down and make this something really long term. So can we get more wisdom from pile 2 or pile 3, excuse me. Yeah, you guys definitely feel like a very empowered energy. That's such a perfect description of it. You guys definitely feel like you guys are fully in your power. Any more cards for pile 3? Oh. Boundaries. I feel like that's also a great description of you guys. Like I feel like you guys have strong boundaries and this person knows it. And that's one of the reasons why they feel they need to come correct with you guys, is because it's like they know that you are not going to tolerate trifling behavior, and what worked on other people just will not work on you guys. So I definitely feel like they are going to kind of feel like they need to step it up several notches. And I also feel like you just bring that out to them. Again, they're very physically attracted to you. They see you as being extremely like, I don't know if I can say all the words, but like you know, desirable. They see you as being very desirable. There's a high level of attraction physically here to you. So I think it's something where, again, it wasn't like they were looking for a relationship. It wasn't like they were looking to settle down, but being around you brings out that side to them in a way they never thought that would happen. I just think there's a lot of kinks they have to work out on, no pun intended, where they may be in a bit of an immature energy at first, to be honest. And then it's like being around you, you're not tolerating it. You are not accepting bad behavior. You are not being like, well, I guess that's okay. You're like, no, you need to come correct right now. And so I feel like they are kind of shaping up. It's like there's this period in the beginning, I think, where they're kind of testing boundaries and kind of seeing what you'll tolerate, seeing like, well, can I get away with this? Well, I did this in the past, that was okay. Well, let me try this. And it's like, you're just kind of like, nope, no. And so this person is kind of realizing that like, they're definitely not going to be able to do some of the destructive behavior that they did in the past and just kind of be half-heartedly in a relationship and get away with it with you. I definitely feel like this person, I feel like they in the past have not acted the best in relationships, or they may not have had a lot of serious relationships, or if they did, they really didn't see it as a serious long-term thing. But with you, you're kind of like the total package for them, where I feel like they're very attracted to you, on top of the fact that you guys have this Queen of Pentacles energy and you guys have figured so much of your life out. So it's kind of like they just realize, it's almost like I'm hearing like you're like that perfect toy on Christmas that someone kind of always hopes is under the tree. But you know how sometimes you'll ask for something really big from your parents, like really huge, and you're like, I'm probably not gonna get it. And you most years like you don't get it, but then one year you ask for something that's like way expensive and they actually give it to you and you're like, oh my God, I wasn't expecting it to be here. And I feel like that's kind of like, I'm hearing like you're out of their league, or that's how they perceive it, is like they can't believe someone with like you would be with them, because they just see you as having so much to bring to the table. So we got honesty is essential, speak with love and truth. So again, this emphasis that I feel like this person may not be fully honest at first, and there may be a period of time where you kind of need to like hammer it into them, like, no, you need to be honest, you need to tell me what's going on, and I'm not tolerating you guys being a smoothie and like laying on the charm. No, it's not going to work with me. It may have worked with someone else, but not with me. But I feel like ultimately, once you guys end up together, what is going to be the vibe? Because I do feel like there's a lot of love here. Like I feel like you guys get soulmate cards and stuff. So I feel like in a way, once you guys get together, love makes the difference. Yeah. See, I feel like honestly, I would never usually tell someone to stay with someone who's not telling the truth or whatever. But I honestly get the vibe that this person is going to adjust themselves. Like I feel like once you guys kind of move past this craziness, then it's like that this person is bringing, not on your end, you're not the crazy one, but this person is bringing some crazy chaotic energy, but it's almost like a fear response. Like sometimes when someone is afraid of intimacy and relationships, they'll do little stuff to sabotage it, or to try to like, you know, get a way out of it or something. And then once they realize like, oh no, this is really what I want and I don't want to sabotage it, then they can, you know, then it can all happen so perfectly. And so I feel like this person may at first unconsciously like try to sabotage it because of a fear of intimacy or something like that, or because that's just all they know and that's what they've done in the past. But then you are kind of like so strong with your energy, and you know that you guys tolerate or won't tolerate this bad behavior, but you're still very compassionate to them, that it's almost like, you know how sometimes, like, I know for me, I was at a private Catholic girls' school for middle school, and it made me so rebellious, and I like hated wearing the uniform, and I would paint my nails back then to try to like have some different look to me and stuff. And then I switched to public school for high school, and I instantly, like, basically there was a little rebellion my first year, but pretty much I stopped feeling any need to rebel. I stopped feeling any need to like do my nails or dress any differently, or not that I was dressing crazy because we literally had to wear the uniform, but like, you know, I just stopped feeling like so like curtailed. I stopped feeling like I was like, this was so unfair, and I just really like the teachers just pretty much let us do what we wanted, and any need to rebel kind of went out the window. So it's kind of like, I feel like this person that sometimes you can be pushing back against something and it's all very unconscious, and you're reacting against something and you don't even fully understand it. And then once you feel safe and you're like, oh, I don't need to fight this, then it all just kind of flows into place. And I feel like that's kind of what's going to happen for this person, is you're going to set this really solid foundation for them. And not saying like you're going to be the one like bringing all the money in or something, but I feel like you bring this emotional foundation, and they know that you're unchangeable. Like they know you're not the kind of person they can play or that they can just lie to, who's going to be gullible enough to believe it. I feel like a lot of you guys have like this no nonsense kind of energy where you're very smart and you're very intelligent and you're very like rational and down to earth. So you're maybe sometimes in the past they would use flattery, or they would like charm someone by laying on the charm and giving a bunch of compliments, and you're like, like, okay, thanks. I'm glad you like my hair. I don't really care. So anyway, where were you? Like, you're not the type who will just be flattered into like not listening or turning a blind eye. You guys are very like rooted in your own energy and in your own mind. You know what's going on. So I feel like after a while of this person pushing back, it's kind of like they're going to be like, oh, what's the point of this? Why am I doing that? Why am I like being, sketchy about stuff? And why am I not like being fully present or not, saying I'm going to text and then I don't? And she's not reacting well or he's not reacting well. So, okay, I'm going to chill out on that. And then once this person realizes that you're this kind of compassionate base for them, I feel like you guys can start falling into place. This one says the only real thing is love. Shift your focus back to love. So it's like this person needs to have their focus shifted back into love and realize that it says love helps heal past hurts and provides a sense of security and self-worth. And that's what I see with you guys. Like, I feel like this person is going through a lot of growth through this relationship. And it's like, once they kind of settle down, you guys have this kind of soulmate thing. You guys may have known each other in past lifetimes. And it's like, I feel like this person will learn to kind of level up and learn to meet you on your level and learn to bring more to the table for you, but I feel like they're an attractive person. I feel like they're very physically attractive, probably very physically fit. And again, really charming. It's almost like they're a lot of fun and people will be like, wow, I didn't know they were going to settle down. Or, they left a string of broken hearts around town. But when they meet you, they feel ready to settle. And people are like, wow, I never thought that would happen. But I also feel like this person is a lot of fun and can be a really like fun, hilarious type of person to be around. I also feel like this person, would be like a good parent because they seem like very youthful. They seem kind of like a kid at heart. Like they have not moved into like the boring adult stage of life where they have a million responsibilities. This person seems to me like they still have a very youthful type of energy and they're still interested in having fun. And I feel like they kind of bring that to your life. Like maybe you guys travel or you guys, you're not the type to usually go out to the clubs, but they kind of convince you to like go out or, convince you to go to the restaurant and tell you a million jokes until you crack up. But I feel like this person, they have a very like, they're honestly also just so impressed with you and willing to do whatever you say that it's kind of like that dynamic's always kind of nice when you basically can just ask someone to do anything for you and they're down. So, oops, I almost dropped my cards, but let me get more cards. One of my crystals fell in the middle. But let me pull some more cards. Can we get cards for pile 4? Okay, we got a few. So we got only time will tell, manifesting miracles, friendship, nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve, reflection, give each other some space at the moment, trust and have faith that all will work out for the best, healing, imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by light, feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. So I feel like so much of this is really about, honestly, this person kind of healing. And there's a lot of energy about like soon or it happening quickly. I feel like this person is going to go through a lot of growth in the relationship with you. And there's going to be kind of like growing pains, but I feel like this person is very open to learning and they are open to changing and they're open to really stepping into their higher power. So it may be something where you guys made that soul contract to meet to like teach each other things. But I also could see a scenario in which this person and you guys do break up and you become like the one that got away and this person just always thinks of you as like the Queen of Pentacles, like, oh, I shouldn't have messed it up. So hopefully this will end up being, this beautiful, because I feel like this person definitely could want like a long-term relationship with you where it turns into like family and kids and stuff. And I definitely think this person like fantasizes about that, but we're trying not to, again, make it X-rated so you guys can use your imagination to figure out what those fantasies are. But I definitely feel like you guys could get sick of this energy and you guys could be like, I'm done because this is just like not on my level. I feel like this person sees you as out of their league and sooner or later you might agree. But I definitely feel like in the short term that this person is very good looking. They're also pretty charming and it could be a good, like, I don't feel like you're going to be suffering in this relationship in the terms of, I mean, I don't know. It might be tedious to put up with if they are lying or being dishonest, but I don't feel like you're gonna have your heart shredded or anything like that. I don't feel like this person is like going to really throw you for a loop and you can't deal with it. You know what I mean? So I feel like either way, the outcome of this would be really positive, whether you guys end up together forever or whether you leave this behind eventually. I definitely feel like this is a relationship where there is so much growth happening and healing, mostly on the other person's side, to be honest, but you are going to be more aware of your worth either way, because I feel like how this person sees you is as such a prize, and you, even if you're insecure about certain things, are gonna start, like, just the fact that the way they look at you and the way they see you with their eyes is going to rub off on you, and you're going to be more aware of like your own power and how far you guys have come and how amazing you guys have done, because this person is going to remind you that, like, no, I really am the Queen of Pentacles. I really am, you know, like the girl that has it all or the guy that has it all, and I really am someone that brings so much to the table. So either way, I do feel like this is going to be a very positive relationship, and some of you guys may be leaving this person behind, and this just may be a short-term thing that teaches you guys something, but you guys may have known each other in another lifetime or something like that and made that agreement to meet up here. But either way, I definitely feel like you guys are going to have fun. This person is going to teach you and probably introduce you to a lot of people, because I'm getting the vibe that this person is very social and has a lot of friends, and that they're definitely going to want to introduce you to like everyone they know, their little clique, probably show you off because they'll probably consider you as like, can you believe I got them? Like, I landed this person. Heck yeah. So I feel like this person is going to love bringing you around their friends, kind of introducing you to people and showing you off. So either way, I feel like you'll come out of the relationship with more friends, a bigger friend group, and kind of like a certain social status or something, because everyone is going to see how this person treats you, and definitely it's going to rub off on even like the haters. They're gonna be like, wow. You know how sometimes you see someone and, like, I don't know, like in a relationship, celebrity relationship or something, and you just see that one party treats the other so amazingly, and you're kind of like, whoa, and it does rub off on you where you're like, wow, like they must really be bringing something to the table. So I mean, I just feel like you are going to have a benefit out of this relationship too, and I love that you guys are so in your Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Coins energy anyway. So I feel like you guys should definitely go into this optimistically, because know that, like, no matter what happens, we did get the protection card and you guys are protected. And I feel like you guys are going to come out positively, whether it is long-term or not. I feel like that's kind of up to you and your freedom of choice. So Spirit, is there anything else you want me to say for pile 3? I'm seeing roses, so maybe there's something involving roses, or they're going to bring you roses or something. I don't know. But I feel like this person is very physically attracted to you. So that's coming in really strong. Is that this person is going to have all kinds of fantasies about you, and they're going to be really good in that arena. Physically, they are going to be very good in bed. And so if that's something you guys want, this sounds like it would be a fun short-term relationship, or long-term, but definitely fun in the short term for sure, because again, they're very attractive, good in bed, and they're crazy about you. So I think they will be willing to do whatever you want, so that's always fun. So I really hope that helped you guys. Please let me know if it resonated in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts and your opinions, and also if you have any reading ideas, let me know. And also make sure to like and subscribe, turn on those notifications. I post every few days, so if you want to see more videos, make sure your subs and notifications are on so you find out as soon as I post. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey pile 3, so if you guys picked this beautiful rose quartz, this is going to be your reading. Of course, I'm sure many of you know rose quartz is the ultimate stone for manifesting and bringing in love energy. So it's such a beautiful choice for a romance reading. And let's get into it, guys. So the cards I pulled are Let Go of Control Issues and Keep an Open Mind reversed. And so then let's get straight into the tarot for you guys. So first we're going to start with the 3 of Swords, then the 8 of Cups. I know you guys are probably panicking right now, but just keep tuned. So we got the World, we got the King of Pentacles, we got the 9 of Cups, we got the Empress, the Hangman reversed, the 6 of Cups, the 3 of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So this started out with these first 2 cards where I was like, oh no, not another one of these, because we have had some difficult messages today, but then it got really good really quick. So we did get the King of Pentacles, the Empress. I love the 6 of Cups, and of course with all the Wand energy, that indicates to me that there's going to be a lot of attraction. So let's start going through the cards. I feel like first of all, this person, you know, this person honestly might be pretty wealthy. This person may take you on a lot of travels and stuff. I feel like this person is going to expose you to like the luxuries of life. Honestly, I feel like this person is extremely attracted to you and just finds you so attractive. So a big dynamic of this relationship is kind of that they don't mind like paying for things or putting in some money, because it's almost like, you know, that you are worth it to them. They see you as so like sexy and beautiful, and so they are very attracted to you in a bedroom kind of way. Trying to parse my words because YouTube has its little algorithm and stuff, but you know, they are very attracted to you and you definitely turn them on a lot. So I definitely feel like this is a relationship dynamic where they maybe wouldn't mind paying for you. And what's interesting is that the Empress came out kind of on the side, and I was like, I don't know, I really don't know which way. And usually you kind of meditate like, okay, which way does it resonate? And I decided ultimately to put it upright, but I honestly didn't get a read either way. I kind of feel like this is kind of a complicated dynamic, but I'm going to try to express it. I feel like with this person, they're so powerful that they kind of make you feel not as powerful in the relationship. Not saying that they do that on purpose. I don't feel like this person is a narcissist person or someone who is trying to make you feel bad about yourselves or trying to gas themselves up and make you feel bad. I just feel like this person just happens to be so powerful and wealthy that it's kind of like, oh, wow, you know what I mean? And you just can't help but be like, oh, I'm not really as powerful as I thought. Or maybe it's like you have a nice apartment, you know what I mean, and it's nice and you're happy with it, but then you start dating someone with a mansion, automatically you're gonna start being like, oh damn, like maybe I could have a little extra space over there, or maybe we could redo, you know, the kitchen or something like that. So I feel like for you guys, this is definitely going to be a situation where when you meet them, it's kind of like you realize that the sky's the limit, and maybe that, you know, that you can actually have some finer things in life than you thought. So yeah, I feel like in that sense, it's making you feel a little Empress reversed, but you being out in the world and now having these experiences makes you feel Empress. So it's kind of like in your relationship, you're this because this other person brings so much finances to the table, but in the outside world, because of the experiences this person brings you, you now are seen as the Empress, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of like in your relationship, you know that maybe this person pays the bills, or it might be flipped. Of course, it's also going to depend on like masculine, feminine, or what the exact dynamic of your relationship is. So it may be you paying the bills or something, but talking about this dynamic where if you are the Empress, you know, in your relationship, they're kind of the one who's like paying and more seemingly the, like, I guess, powerful one. But I never think whoever pays, I don't think that like decides who has the power, but you know what I mean. And so then but like when people see your Instagram photos and see that you're like traveling at 5-star hotels and that you're eating at the best restaurants and that you have like amazing, you know, I don't know, new designer bags maybe or something, then in their mind, they're kind of like, oh, wow, this person is the Empress. So it's interesting dynamic wise, but I also feel like even if this person isn't like mega wealthy, it's just going to be, you know, definitely someone who's very financially secure and doesn't mind shelling out for you for sure. So maybe they won't be, you know, the CEO of a billion-dollar company, but maybe, you know, for you, you know, it does open up a new financial possibility that you never experienced. And I definitely feel like this person is generous and doesn't mind paying for you because they're so attracted to you. They see you as super sexy and just someone who radiates this sex appeal. And so what's interesting is we also got the 6 of Cups, which kind of talks about like a really innocent, beautiful relationship. So I feel like even though you guys have this sexual attraction, there's also this thing where you guys like just have fun together and kind of giggle like kids almost. Like maybe you guys are eating at 5-star restaurants, but it's a situation where you guys are laughing with each other and kind of like making jokes about the menu. So it's really sweet. It's kind of a really nice dynamic. And maybe this is someone that, you know, I feel like at first, maybe this isn't going to resonate for everyone, but maybe at first you would be like, oh no, I don't know. Maybe they'll be, I don't know, a little bit older than you or something. I'm not sure. Take it as it resonates. It doesn't have to apply to everyone. But, you know, maybe after a while you're like, oh, well, they bring a lot to the table and so I'm open. Or just, I don't know, maybe like they're your age or maybe even younger than you and you're kind of like, they're too young. Or maybe it's something where, you know, they're the same age as you, but you just like aren't into it for whatever reason at first, but then you kind of open yourself up and it's like, wow. I also feel like a big part of this is that I'm getting that for a lot of you guys, maybe you experienced heartbreak in the past and some of you guys are still healing from that and haven't fully healed or reached the point where you're like open. So that's going to be something that you guys are leaving behind, and once that's left behind, then we can come into this beautiful relationship. But it is going to be something that you guys are leaving in the past, and that might be what I'm picking up on, where there's like initial resistance. I also feel like this person kind of likes to take control a little bit. So it's like, I feel like it's a situation where, you know, they will pull out chairs and open doors and they kind of have this traditional, getting like kind of a traditionally masculine type of vibe. That might be you if you are a guy watching and asking about a girl. But for a lot of you guys, you know, I feel like this is like kind of a masculine energy that I'm picking up on, where they will want to take you out and you know, like wine and dine you and kind of like pick the restaurant, you know what I mean? And maybe they pick the wine bottle, kind of a thing. I don't like it when someone orders for me. I don't mind it if like I say what I want and then they, you know, repeat it to the waiter, but it's definitely like, I am that, like, you know, that scene from White Chicks where he's like, and she'll have the salad, and she's like, actually, I'll be having the chicken wings. Like that's me. Like, especially when someone orders for me, I'm like, excuse me? Even if it was what I was gonna eat, I want to like eat something else then. So I'm not saying that, but maybe, you know, like you'll say, I think I'm gonna get the steak, and then they tell the waiter like, and she's having the steak. But I do like that, you know, this is someone that is like taking charge, stepping into this kind of strong masculine energy in a positive way. Hopefully it is positive, and kind of like, you know, taking control of the situation. They're in a very empowered energy themselves, so it's kind of like you guys can just sit back and relax a little bit and let them take the wheel a little bit. So that's kind of nice. I feel like this is a new perspective for you guys with the Hanged Man, where maybe you guys wouldn't initially kind of think of this as something you wanted, but you're like, oh, this is pretty cool actually. And like I said, maybe in the relationship you kind of have to take a Empress reversed kind of vibe, but then in the outside world, because of this relationship, you become Empress upright, if that makes sense. So Another thing is with the 3 of Wands, we're definitely getting more travel vibes. So for sure, I could definitely see you guys traveling around together and this person exposing you to all kinds of new different things. So I definitely feel like if you guys are someone who enjoys travel, or maybe someone who hasn't traveled, that will be fun for them to like show you new places that you guys have never been, and kind of see the look in your eyes as you know, see these new kind of things. So I definitely feel like that could be like a major dynamic in your relationship. I feel like this person is pretty settled, like they have their life pretty much figured out to a certain extent. So it's kind of like with you coming in and you know, coming into their life, suddenly it's like, oh wow, like that, I wasn't expecting this, but it's all ready for her or for him. And so everything is like good to go. Like there's no kind of, you know how sometimes when you start in a relationship, like especially when you're young, it's like, you know, no one's really apartment is looking like perfect at that point, you know, when you're like 19 or whatever, like no one has like the ideal job situation. Everything is still a little chaotic because, you know, you're young, you don't have the kind of money figured out. And then I think a part of being older is like, oh nice, so this person has a nice apartment and nice car and I have a nice situation, and you have time to figure out life a little bit more. So I feel like this person is definitely in that energy where they kind of figured it out, and it's not like they are in a chaotic energy and they're kind of waiting for someone to come in but not really ready. Like it's like they're ready, it's ready to go, you know. It's kind of like I'm seeing like a piece of pie or something that's like sitting, you know, waiting to be brought out at a restaurant. Like it is just sitting there waiting. It's perfect. It's plated. It's hot. It's piping. It's ready to go. And so I feel like that's this person's energy. And yeah, we got man holding a coin. So definitely them giving you financial things, maybe a part of that. This maybe this person paying your bills, honestly, or something like that. If you've been trying to manifest that, this may be this coming into your life, because I feel like this wealth aspect is something that for sure goes into the dynamic. Any other cards? I feel like the only thing that is like a little bit of a red flag to me is that this person could be kind of like stuck in their ways a little bit, or like they like to have things their way. That's kind of the dynamic that can happen with the Emperor, but we didn't get the Emperor. We did get the King of Pentacles. But like where, you know, when someone is really powerful, they can become very like, okay, this is how it needs to be done. And that's it, and no other way. And I feel like with your situation, you know, you may be like, no, actually, it's not just your way, it's my way too. And it may cause a little bit of like tension or fights or arguments, but hopefully that can be worked out, because I do feel like I'm getting a lot of like that you guys have this, you know, beautiful lifestyle that is like a lot of fun. There's a lot of laughing. There's a lot of mutual appreciation for the different things you bring into each other's lives. I don't know. I think this person really likes how you look. So maybe that is a slip of the tongue that Spirit did on purpose. But I feel like, yeah, I think this person is so attracted to you that it's kind of like maybe usually they would never let anyone speak up to them, but when you do it, they're like, okay, but they still like to have things their way a little bit, but you're able to bend it a little bit. But then sometimes you're like, well, I'll just go along with it because anyway, they're paying all my bills and why not, you know? So I do feel like maybe that's something that for some of you might have to figure out, is like just initial arguing. But I don't think that is like, I'm not getting that that's going to be a huge deterrent to the relationship. I feel like that can be worked through, you know, and like you guys will both be satisfied with the ending. Like you're not going to be like, this is BS, and you have to like feel like you have to shut up, and they're not going to be like, oh my god, they changed everything. It's going to be like coming to a good resolution for both of you. Like both sides are going to feel victorious, or both sides are going to feel good about it. So it's not going to be a complete mess, you know? So we also got rest and rejuvenation. So maybe this kind of thing coming in, you know, it might be something where now that you are able to kind of travel, relax, not work as hard, not have to struggle financially, that you're able to get better rest. I'm always amazed at like, you know, a nice expensive hotel and stuff, like how quiet it can be, or if you know, live in a nice part of town, how quiet it can be. And then, you know, when I was younger and had to be in like worse apartments, it was like, oh, why is it so loud all the time, you know? So I feel like there can be something that you know, having that additional money can just make it so that you're able to rest, you're able to kind of chill out, you're able to feel safe. It's just going to be like you getting rejuvenated, kind of like, you know how wealthy women go to the spa all day kind of vibe. Maybe it's a vibe like that, because I do feel like for you, this is like a healing vibe. Like it's kind of like, okay, I can relax, I can chill, I don't need to be as stressed. So I do feel like this person brings a lot of that into your life, where you're kind of able to lean into, I mean, again, if you are a masculine and asking about a feminine energy, then, you know, flip things around and maybe this is what you will be doing for them. But I feel like with, you know, the feminine, you guys are able to really unfold in this relationship and truly feel kind of contained and safe within the energy of this masculine, or vice versa. But it's like for the feminines watching this, it's like you guys are really able to just kind of chill and feel very safe. And it's just a really, really good feeling, a really safe feeling. And there's a lot of positive soul growth happening as a result of this relationship. So I definitely feel like this is positive for sure. So let me get some more cards for you guys. I'm going to shuffle this as well. So we're asking for pile 4, what is going to be their next relationship dynamic? What's going to be their next relationship dynamic? So we got, oh my God, the King of Cups again. So he has strong, or she, but this is strong King energy for sure. And we got the Page of Swords. We got the 9 of Cups again. So that's a strong emphasis on that. We got the Page of Cups. And we got the Page of Pentacles reversed. So it's almost like you don't need to feel like you're running after money anymore. You don't need to feel like you know, need to like be chasing that dollar. Wow. So we got the Devil card, but I feel like in this, she looks like such a temptress. And I feel like this is how they view you. Trying to show off my nails a little bit, you know. But I think, yeah, they see you as like so sexy, like I said. They really do. They see you as extremely sexy. And I love, okay, so I love this 8 of Pentacles here, this dynamic. You can see this really sums it up pretty well, how he is carrying her on his back and willing to do whatever for her. I feel like that's kind of something that's happening. Not saying that like you're a burden or something, because you bring so much back, but this person is just like so obsessed with you that they really just think about you all the time, and they, you know, it's a pleasure for them to carry you like this. I mean, this is a very traditional masculine feminine dynamic, is, you know, the masculine really taking care of the feminine, and so there's nothing wrong with that. And so I think that that's really sweet, really lovely. And then the Hermit, but I love the image on this card. Where he is staring at the photo of his woman and just thinking about her. To me, this card always comes out when it's a situation where they are really obsessed with the woman they're dating. They really can't get over her, and it's a situation where she's on his mind all the time. So I honestly feel like in this situation, you guys are going to be so, you know, adored by this person, or if you guys are the masculine, vice versa. But this is like, they can't get enough of you. They think you're amazing. Also, this dynamic going on as well. Like, this guy definitely, you know, doesn't look like they would write the book. He's just not that into you about this situation. It's actually a little, you know, a little creepy, but anyway, but you can tell that he has strong feelings for her for sure. And I also think it's interesting that it's the 9 of Cups yet again. So again, this is someone who has some wealth. This is someone who has accumulated some finances. And yeah, I feel like in a way, it's like this person has spent so much time pursuing money and pursuing finances that it's amazing for them to get to take a break from it and to get to kind of chill a little bit and take a step back. And, you know, with you, now you taking up so much of their attention, it just makes them feel also very emotionally fulfilled with the King of Cups. Like, it's like, oh wow, okay, this, like, you, like, again, sometimes some people might see this dynamic, or again, he's carrying her as well in this dude's just like obsessed. But, you know, they might see this dynamic and be like, oh, well, he's doing all the work then. That's not fair or something. But that is not true, especially not in a masculine feminine dynamic or divine masculine feminine. And the thing is that I feel like emotionally you bring so much for this person and they feel so fulfilled by that. Like to them, this relationship really fills their cup, brings so much to them. So there is no, imbalance really. What it is that, you guys bring different things to the table. This person kind of brings the money and you bring the feeling of happiness and contentment and home and family. So it's a really beautiful situation. So let me get some more cards for pile 4. Cards for pile 4. Oh, wow. That was already flipped. Okay, so we got good luck, healing. I think these are supposed to all be upright right now. They're all resonating as upright. So we got good luck, healing, passion, beauty, and home. So again, I feel like there may be a situation where at first you're kind of closed off to love because you're like, oh, I just, I've been burnt in the past, or I don't want to date you because, you seem, I don't know, like a player or something. I'm going to put these back. I don't know what they are, but, and a situation where you are not necessarily open at first, and then it really heals you and you're like, oh my God, this has been the best choice ever that I made to enter into this. Another thing coming up is, again, how physically attracted to you this person is. I mean, need I say it a million times during this reading, but we got passion and beauty. And this card, it's kind of a little bit of a sexy card. I think she's backless. And so it's like you can see really the shape of her body. So I think this person is just super attracted to you, your body, maybe your hair as well. You might have some really pretty hair. But yeah, I'm seeing kind of like beautiful longish hair. So some of you guys might have really amazing hair, but this person is just super drawn to you. They see you as beautiful. I'm seeing like curves and stuff as well. And I feel like this person is just super turned on by like the shape of your body. You also might be very graceful. So this person is really drawn to you. And I think one of the ways, it's almost like, I'm seeing like one of those little birds that like when they want to find a mate, they build that house and they like will go crazy getting like little twigs and like I don't know, dead flowers or stuff, and like they build the nest with it. And it's kind of like what this person has done. Like they are so into you. So it's like, of course, I'm going to get all the resources I can. And of course, I'm going to use everything in my power to try to make this really happen, because they really want to keep you around, and they kind of know they have to like bring their A game and give you whatever you want in order to keep you. So it's really sweet that they feel so strongly about you. And then Spirit just confirming what we already know. We got financial health and we got prosperity. So this person has a lot of finances to bring to the table. They really are well off, and I feel like they are happy to use that money on you. They are thrilled to, they want to. So it's a really sweet kind of traditional masculine feminine dynamic. Oh, passion again. Spirit just wanting you to know you guys are going to probably have a great time in the bedroom. Let me see what these are. Let me see what this was. Okay. Any other cards? What's going to be the dynamic for pile 4? So we got spring equinox rebirth, wind activation, forest breathe, wolf instinct, Milky Way perspective, full moon completion. So I feel like for you guys, like it's like a lot of you guys have been through a lot, and it's almost like you have been having some of this feminine that I'm picking up on has had to be in your masculine, like fighting and trying to make money and trying to like fight your way through this world. And this is going to be a moment for you to really sink into your feminine receptive energy and be like, oh, I'm safe, I'm good. I receive, you know what I mean? And you're just going to have so much healing, I feel like, because a lot of you guys have had to like be hustling and fighting and just punching through, you know, and it's not necessarily the healthiest dynamic for a feminine to be in for long term. And so now you're going to be able to really relax, take this breath and have a rebirth and just kind of like chill and center yourself and come into this beautiful, receptive, peaceful energy. So it's actually really beautiful. And with wind activation, I feel like this is just, you know, this is a beautiful moment for you guys. It's a pivotal moment where you guys are activating this kind of higher self and coming into a higher version of yourself. And I feel like with wolf instinct, again, I feel like it's honestly talking about this partner that you have is like a very strong person who like goes off instinct, has good instinct. It's kind of like a shark or a wolf, you know what I mean? Like that kind of vibe. Like they go out and they get what they want and they want you. And so again, they're very attracted to you. And so they're kind of not gonna, I'm not gonna say that, but it's like they definitely are not going to just go away easily, I guess I'll say that. So yeah, so I think that for them, you know, they are definitely going to do whatever they can to try to convince you to be with them. So let me get more cards. I'm hearing like I'm coming for you. It's kind of intense, but I feel like this person, I don't know, maybe they're already aware of you on the astral plane and they want you to know that they do have the intention to come towards you. So we got treasure your loved ones, focus on love reversed, back to what you love, forgiveness. So I feel like this is again going to be a very peaceful time for you to kind of relax and like go back into your receptive energy. And it's going to involve like not on purpose, but like forgiving the people. Like I feel like not that like you have to forgive whoever broke your heart. I'm not saying like, oh, how dare you not forgive them? You should forgive them right now. I'm just saying like you're gonna be in such a good place that you won't care that they treated you badly. You're gonna be like, who? What was his name? Oh yeah, I think I remember him. Oh yeah, that's not a big deal. I don't care. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna bother you the way it did because you're just gonna be so happy. Like why would it bother you? And I feel like, again, with treasure your loved ones, they just want to, again, have this emphasis on money, treasure, and physical touch. That is going to be a major focus in your relationship. This person's love language is probably physical touch, or it might be yours, but they're definitely going to kind of expect that you guys are physically intimate a lot because they're so attracted to you that it's like that is just a huge deal for them, to be honest. So we got flirt, soulmate. Wow. Very soon, so it could be coming in pretty soon. Can we get more cards? What is their next relationship going to be like? Attraction. So again, they're very attracted to you. Playfulness, unrequited love. So I kind of mentioned that, like I'm getting the vibe that you guys will go to these super expensive bougie places, but it's almost like you guys will be both laughing about it. Some of you guys may, this won't resonate for everyone, but for some of you guys, I feel like even though this person has a lot of money, they may not have started out with a lot of money, and you guys may have a similar background in common or something, and it's a situation where like both of you guys will be at the fancy restaurant, but you're both kind of like can you believe they're charging this much for like a steak? But you ordered the steak because you can afford it, but it's kind of like you maybe laugh at like the super fancy old guy sitting at the table next to you, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Or you guys both have a sense of humor about it. Like you guys are not serious. I don't know what it is, but you guys for sure have this sense of humor between the two of you that you guys have in common. Unrequited love, I feel like that's how this person sees you. Like they see you as so beautiful and so sexy. They're so attracted to you that it's kind of a situation where they don't fully feel like, even though they do bring a lot to the table financially and stuff, they don't feel it. That was too many. We need one more. Oh, finances and career. There we go. So they don't fully feel like they you know, like you guys are on the same team, I think, is because it's like, or on the same level, they still see you as a little bit out of their league, just because they're so physically attracted to you, that even though they do bring this financial stuff and they know that they bring that to the table, they're still like, I can't believe someone like that would be with me, like, because they're so attractive. Like, that's how attracted they are to you. So that's kind of a nice dynamic for you guys, because I definitely think it, you know, it keeps someone treating you really well. And I do think we got true love, we did get soulmate, we got new love. So I feel like it's going to stay feeling very young. Like, it's not going to feel like one of those stilted old relationships where you're kind of bored with each other and fighting and arguing. It's going to stay fresh. It's going to feel youthful, almost like that first love kind of vibe, because this person's so into you. They bring a lot of just their attraction for you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know how sometimes like you're not that enthusiastic about going to something, you know, like your friend takes you to a movie and you're like, okay, and you get in the car. Like, I don't like seeing movies, so whenever I go to a movie, generally I'm like, okay, I'll go see it. But sometimes, you know, I'll have a friend who's like so into the movie, or they're like, oh my God, this is gonna be so good. Okay, so the first time this movie was cast, it was actually with this person, but they dropped out, and I'm so excited because blah, blah, blah. Or, you know, like, oh, so this is based on like this book and it came out in 17, la la la, and like it's all about this, so there's a major theme about that. And you're like, oh, okay. And then after a while you're like, oh really, wait, he was it, oh. And so then that's one of those themes. Oh, and then you start finding yourself getting excited, just feeding off that other person's energy and excitement. And I feel like this person brings so much excitement for you, and they're so into you, that it's kind of like you can't help but be like getting on the same page, you know, and getting all excited about them as well. So I think, yeah, is there anything else Spirit like has to say about this situation? I'm just hearing get ready. So I guess it may be coming in soon for some of you guys. I'm feeling really excited. This is an exciting new start for you guys. So this is really positive. Wow. Yeah, I love this vibe for you guys. I'm really excited. And maybe some of you guys have been trying to manifest this, but this is a really beautiful energy. So I hope it resonated, guys. Please let me know if it did in the comments. I really love hearing your thoughts, your feelings, you know, all your stories. So let me know what you think. Also, make sure to like and subscribe and turn on those notifications. I post every few days. So if you want to find out as soon as I post, make sure notifications are on. And yeah, I am sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye.